Alright, this is my 20-gallon long Nano Reef tank. I just set it up, just filled it about an hour ago. It's pretty clear. It didn't really cloud at all. And I got 28 pounds of live sand and 20 pounds of live sand, 17 pounds of live dry rock in there. I might swing by a local fish store and pick up a pound or two of live rock just to help coax it along. And I did a DIY stand. I got the door finished. I just got to I just patched wood putty today, so I wanted to dry before I sand it and paint it tomorrow. But the door will probably be going on in a couple days. But I did a DIY sump. It's a 10-gallon aquarium with 3 baffles. And I did that's a 16-cup cereal storage. And I just basically drilled 4 holes at the bottom, and so that it forces the water to go through the bottom all the way through. And then I got filter floss and about 3 pounds of activated carbon in there right now, but later I'll add some other. There's tons of room in there. I could put 2 or 3 other items in there and have still have room. I had a sponge, but it slowed the flow down too much, and it started bubbling up and coming out from the container at the top. And instead of going through the bottom, which I wanted to go through all the media before coming out, so I wound up removing the sponge. I'm not sure. I might add something later, another sponge. And the skimmer I had, I'm not running it right now. Probably won't turn it on until after it cycles. And there's a 400 gallon per hour pump in there, and it's too much for this tank. Really, I need a 200 gallon per hour would be more appropriate. But it's sucking the water out faster than it could fill. So I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on it. I ordered a new pump. I think it's a 265 gallon per hour. It'll be in tomorrow, and I'll swap it out. And I also bought a half-inch ball valve so I could slow it down if I need to. That'll also be in. But other than that, the sump turned out nice. Everything's working like it's supposed to. I got just a big old power block there. It's huge, but it does the trick, and it's out of the way, and it's semi-neat. I got all my cables running behind the 2x4 and then wrap around, and then it forms a drip line before going up. And this is the aquascape I wound up doing, trying to give myself lots of shelves and areas to place coral, and also to give the fish places to hide. I didn't glue anything, and I didn't drill or anything. I just stacked it so that it was stable. Most of the fish I'm getting, or say all the fish, will be nano, so I'm not worried about too much movement. And I'll just get small, like Nacerius snails and things like that. I'm not going to get big turbos. But I'm happy with it. The reason why I didn't glue it is every 2 to 6 months I get an itch, and I like to move things around a little bit, and this just leaves me options just to swap things around. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. This return line I bought, it's too short. It's about 4 inches really, and I can't get it up to the surface, so it sits lower than the drain on this side. So I have the drain sitting up so that it's level with this black band across the top, the support. And so I wind up having to pull the nozzle all the way up so that it doesn't continue the flow back into my sump. So I also ordered 6 inches of lock line so I could extend that a little bit and get it up more towards the surface so that it's not such a hassle. But this is it. I'm going to add some live bacteria a little bit later, and then I'm going to add the ammonia. I'm going to do a fishless cycle. So I'll do some updates with how the cycle's going when I start getting algae and diatoms and things like that. But this is, like I said, day one. Pretty happy with it so far, how it turned out. I've had a 65-gallon Reef tank in the past, and it was nice. And I also had a 28-gallon, and honestly, I love the footprint of this tank. It's like the perfect size. It's not too small, not too big, and gives you lots of room for aquascaping, and but still shallow, and it's easy to fill. Any coral that I put in here that's going to reach the surface quickly, and that light's going to be plenty intense to get stuff down on the as low as the sand bed. So I'm anticipating a pretty nice tank by Christmas. Should be looking really good. So, all right. Well, like I said, this is the first one. I will keep updates on the cycle and how it's going. Thanks for looking.